Hey everybody, welcome back to Champ and Sons and our Madden 21 Houston Texans franchise, where today we are coming off a bye week and we will be taking on the Miami Dolphins. As this game will be once again a prime time game on a Monday night facing off against another AFC team. This game is going to be a little bit different for us. We have most of our guys back, right? So DJ is back. David Johnson, he's back healthy again. Uh, we've started getting some of our previously injured individuals coming back in, and right now we're just taking a look at our roster, see how it is shaping out. Uh, Looking at some of our backups for just in case people get injured. We've had that happen a couple times. Nick Martin, our center, is back. Zach Fulton at right guard. Everybody's pretty much moving their way up, developing. Um, right tackle is where we do still have an injury. So we have Charlie Heck, who's actually our backup left tackle, but he's going to be filling in the right tackle section. And as far as the defensive line goes, if you look, Rashawn Bushrod has just been tearing it up this season when he's in there. We're getting sacks with him. Jacob Martin, he is our number one left outside linebacker. He's not the playmaker, right? So we have Whitney Merciless. We have Benardrick McKinney in the linebacker spot. So he is kind of overshadowed by those two guys, but he's still pretty serviceable. And then Levi Wallace is up to an 82 with how everything is happening. And Gary and Conley is also up to an 80. So right now we have two defensive backs in the 80s. And Max Forbes, our rookie, has moved up to the number 3rd spot on the depth chart. He is a development, hidden development trait type of guy. So we're still waiting to see what we can get from him once we get his play limit in. So that's kind of where we're at. But he is number 3 right now at a 77 overall. He has overtaken Vernon Hargraves, and he will also be our main slot cornerback. He just wasn't getting enough playing time for being the same rating level. He just wasn't getting enough playing time, so I moved him into the slot cornerback position over Hargraves since he does have more speed and there's not a whole lot of variation between them. And now knowing that, our offensive line is kind of an issue for us, at least in terms of depth. I started looking at some tackles that were available, and there's really nothing. I mean, that's the sad part about it is there's not going to be a whole lot available in this draft. So once again, we're going to have to make some moves during free agency to see who we can pick up, if anybody, in those areas. And so that's going to be kind of tough for us. Spencer Gilmore, we ran out of the scouting points for him, so we weren't able to see that. And, I mentioned our left outside linebacker. There's just not a whole lot there. You got Justin Cook out of Oklahoma, who's looking to be pretty good, but there's not a whole lot other spaces available. Even with middle linebacker. Right outside linebacker, we have probably the best chance at getting somebody and maybe converting them to a left outside linebacker. It's just one of those things. We're going to have to kind of wait and see how that plays out for us. And so as far as re-signing goes, I mentioned Jacob Martin. He's 25. He's a 72 overall, so he's kind of up in the air. Jordan Thomas, as far as tight ends go, Darren Fells and Jordan Atkins are both really old and I think have reached their maximum development. Jordan Atkins is a 71. Darren Fells is a 72. So I don't think we're going to go with either one of them. I'm going to hold off. I'm not going to completely withdraw yet. I'm just going to hold off on them until a little bit later. But for now, let's go ahead and get ready to jump into this Monday night game against the Miami Dolphins. We are playing at Houston today, and Miami will be starting out this game with the ball. At quarterback, no, you do not see Tua, but who do you see? Kyle Allen has taken over their quarterback position in this season. And his first throw will be for a loss of 1 as Benardrick McKinney was all over their tight end on that one. As he was able to bring him down. He started to go for the interception, but Gesicki got in there to snatch it away from him. So McKinney just made the tackle for a 1-yard loss. And so now we're going to look at probably try to play a little bit more man and put some pressure on. But this has become kind of the standard against our team. Start dumping it off, quick passes to the tight end. So the more pressure we get, the quicker they're going on these passing routes. And that makes it a little bit more difficult, especially when going with a man-type coverage. As you can see, they get wide open down the right side on that one. Just a real good pick on Levi Wallace, making him trail from behind as he does catch up to make the tackle at the 50-yard line. And so we do have them down with a brand new 1st and 10, and so we're going to have to do a little bit better in our coverage packages there. And so now we're going to try a little bit of zone, kind of mix in some zone blitz every now and then. But Matt Breida gets away for a big one. He breaks a tackle, makes a man miss at the 10, at the 5, and Gary and Conley will bring him down to the 3-yard line, stopping him short of the end zone. His first rush on the day for Breida is going to be 47 yards from the 50 to the 3. We are going to have to step up our game in this one. So now with a 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. Miami with a big set. He'll toss it out to their tight end, Gesicki, who just could not be covered that close, as he will score a touchdown. And we're now trailing 7-0 in this game. So this is our first drive of the game here with 12 minutes to go in the first quarter. Miami quickly scored a touchdown, and we are going to start hammering the ball down their throat. The first run, Junior kind of trips over himself on that one, and that's not what we needed to see. He had a lane, we just could not make the move to get it into that lane and get open without tripping over ourselves, and so we will be stopped for a gain of 3. Now on 2nd and 7, Watson's going to get the pass. He'll hit Fuller. Fuller's going to take it. He turns to the left. He's at the 25, the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Texans. Touchdown Will Fuller. The big pass, the second play of the game. And we have tied this one up. What a pass, what a catch and run on that one. A quick score for Houston as this game is now tied 7-7. And Miami is going to take possession of the kickoff after that. And they'll hand it off to Breida, who makes another man miss on the left side. And he gets a big gain all the way down to the 43. He has 2 rushes for 65 yards on the day. And this is not looking well for us. Some games we committed to stopping the run. Here we had kind of started looking at stopping the pass. And so now they're kind of starting to tear us up with the run. It's a fit. It's something that's just why we need linebackers, basically. As they jump it off to, looks like Devontae Parker coming over the middle, and he will get hammered down. But those quick passing routes, coming over the middle is why we need to kind of up our linebacker core, especially on the outside. Merciless is good, but he's getting kind of old. McKinney's great in the middle. Zach Cunningham's great in the middle. We just need a little bit of help on those outside spots. So now at the 2nd and 6, Kyle Allen drops back, and McKinney's going to swat that one away as he was all over Gesicki's hip, stopping him from getting anywhere close to being able to receive the ball. As we are now have a 3rd and 6 coming. The game's still tied at 7, and there's still 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. This has been a pretty slow-moving quarter overall. As they hand it off to Breida, and he's going to get stopped just shy of the first down line. Levi Wallace with the tackle. Big play, bringing up a 4th and 1, causing Miami to punt the ball. And now we will take over possession at the 14-yard line. In our first play, we go to run the ball with Junior. That's going to get us only about a yard. You probably heard me mention DJ is healthy. For some reason, he's just not back in the lineup like I needed him to be. So at one point, I will be making some player transitions. And we get the pass off to Cobb. In the meantime, who's going to be getting down all the way to about the 47-yard line. Good catch and run by Randall Cobb on that one. And we come to the line with 2 to the left, 1 to the right under centers. We hand it off to Junior, who's going to go up the middle and get a good few yards. But like I said, we will get DJ, work him back into the game, into the spots we kind of had him at before to get our 2-headed attack in the backfield going once again. And speak of the devil, here he comes. DJ David Johnson coming back from injury. And his first play on the 2nd and 6 is we're going to hand it off to him. He's going to fight forward for about 3 yards on that one. That'll bring up 3rd and 3 on the play. It's giving us a real manageable down here, but it's something that's still very easy to mess up and not get. So 3rd and 3 from the 45 on the Miami side of the field. We're calling a couple different plays. We get the snap off, and we find QT coming across. He's just not able to get a handle on it, and that pass will be dropped as we punt the ball away to Miami, and they will take over at the 15-yard line. So on their first play, Kyle Allen drops it off to Breida on the right side as he will fall down, and that will stop him after about a 5-yard gain. And they will now be at the 20. They passed the ball 8 times and only run it twice, but those 2 rushes have been for 60-some-odd yards. And here they come over the middle once again. Now, we're giving up some pass plays. They only have about 50 yards passing, and we're getting the tackle more or less immediately on them, which is what we need to see. We do have pretty close coverage. They're just making some good throws and great catches on that. And we're getting some pressure, just not nearly enough, as he gets the pass out to Gesicki on the right side, who's going to run it down to about the 50-yard line, as Kyle Allen now has 71 passing yards on the day. And now we find ourselves with a 3rd and 10, a chance to get off the field. So we get pressure, but they're going to find the receiver wide open over the middle. He breaks the tackle, makes another man miss, and he will cruise into the end zone, as that will give Miami the lead now on a 50-yard touchdown pass to Williams. 14-7 is where we stand. We are still with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. So on our ensuing drive, we roll to the right, and we will find Cobb coming across left to right for a good 6-yard gain on that one, as that will bring us all the way to the 31-yard line with a 2nd and 4. Now Watson's going to be in the shotgun. We got 2 to the right, Fuller to the left. Hand it off to DJ up the middle, who's going to be kind of grabbed early, but he will fight his way forward for a good first down, as he will not be stopped by one single man alone like that. Now at the 1st and 10 from the 38. Watson in the shotgun. He's got DJ to his right. Sends a man in motion. We're going to get the snap off, and we find QT coming across right to left as he will get a good distance down the field, and he will finally be stopped at the 42-yard line. Watson 4 of 5 on the day with 130 yards in total. QT with a big reception for us there and a big first down, taking it all the way to the 42-yard line. And now the next play we're going to take under center, as we have 2 to the left and QT to the right with Junior in the backfield. Looking up to make some play route changes. Watson will get the snap. They bring heavy pressure, and he's going to fumble. Miami's going to pick this one up, and they're going to take it all the way back to the house. The 10-5 touchdown Dolphins. This game is starting to get out of hand early. We need some big changes, as it is now 21-7, still in the first quarter of this one. We need to make a good comeback, and it needs to start now. It really does. And that first play is a good sign for this drive, as we were able to pick up a first down on that run. DJ's fighting pretty hard his first game back, getting those extra yards, making sure to always fall down forward. As we now have a new set of downs from the 29-yard line, and Watson will be in the shotgun once again, as he's going to take the snap and drop it off over the middle to QT, who is going to come down with it for about a gain of 7, taking us to the 36-yard line, giving us a 2nd and 3. These are the manageable downs we need. We're going to go heavy with 2 tight ends, 1 on each side, and we got Junior in the backfield with us. And we're going to start hammering up the middle with him, as there's a big gaping hole, and he cuts to the left, not able to make the safety miss, but he will be tackled at the 48-yard line. A good run by Junior on that one. Now a little later in the drive, we have ourselves a 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line, and we are into the second quarter finally, as Watson does a play action, and he's got a man going to the right, and he will toss it up, and QT comes down with it What a catch. He's down at the 7-yard line. A 28-yard reception on that one. Catching it in traffic. It doesn't matter. He comes down with the possession. As we now have ourselves a 1st and goal here with 13 minutes to go in the second quarter. And Watson's going to be in the shotgun as he'll hand it off to DJ. He's going to get a good couple yards down to the 5-yard line. As DJ's rushed the ball 4 times for 23 yards. This is kind of what we had with him in the early part of the season, and this is what we need. This is how we turn it back around. This time Watson with 2 tight ends, as he's going to hang out, and he's going to roll to his right, and there's not going to be anybody there. But we do get the tight end, and he's just not able to make a man miss. That was a risky pass. Probably shouldn't have thrown it. Would have been better to throw away. But, hey, it is what it is. It didn't kill us on that one. Now 3rd and goal from the 4. Watson's going to have 3 to his right, Fuller to his left in the shotgun. And he throws a pass, and the linebacker read it perfectly, and that's going to be intercepted. And he almost breaks it out, but Deshaun Watson gets the tackle to follow up his interception, as Miami now is going to have the ball again, starting at the 13-yard line. This is where we went wrong last year. We started having these turnovers, not reading the defense appropriately, and I did not see that linebacker when I threw it, and he just jumped up and snatched that one. So now in Miami's 1st and 10, they will dump it off to their guy at about a 3-yard gain. Pretty quick tackle by Zach Cunningham on that one, so you got to give him credit for being able to be there to stop him from getting any more yards. And on the very next play, they're going to run that slant pattern. It's going to get inside. As Kyle Allen is 13 of 14 on the day for 130 yards. Their offense has been pretty decent. They scored 2 out of their 3 touchdowns. So we're going to have to step up. And Matthew Walker, he said, "Step up, yes, I will." Bringing Breida down hard for a no gain on the play, as he came in and just trucked him to the ground. And that will bring up a 2nd and 10 for Miami on this drive. And their very next snap, they'll get it out to their backup tight end, who's going to get stopped by Gary and Conley on the left side for a gain of about 7, as we now have a 3rd and 3. This is a big play for us. We need a stop, and we're not going to be able to get any pressure, but we do get the ball knocked away. That's a great play by our safety coming up to knock that ball away from him, forcing Miami to punt it. And we will now be taking over at the 35-yard line. And the first pass, we had QT with a step. We just could not finish off that route. And so we're going to have to do it again now to 2nd and 10 from our 35, trailing by 14 points. Watson, he's going to roll out to his left. He's got open space, but we find our receiver. Just could not put the throw to QT. He just could not come down with it. We had a running lane. Probably should have taken that. But now it's going to be 3rd and 10 here from the 35-yard line still. And on the very next one, we finally get our receivers. We hit Cobb coming across on the slant pattern, as that will be a big gain for us all the way down to the 45. Now a little later in the drive, we will be at the 19-yard line, as we are here inside the red zone driving, and we hand the ball off to Junior, who's going to get a good few yards for us, bringing up a 2nd and 6. And so now at the 2nd and 6, just trying to make sure we do not turn the ball over. This is going to be a big one. As we hand it to DJ, he's going to go up the middle, and he's going to get down to the 6-yard line, as that will bring up 1st and goal for us, trying to get back into this thing. Get back within 1 score is what we really need out of this one. So now with the 1st and goal, coming from the 6-yard line, Watson's going to be in the shotgun, 2 to his right, Fuller to his left. He's got DJ in the backfield, offset to his left side. He's going to take the snap, roll left, and he's got a lane. Watson's going to run it in as he gets hit, crossing the line of scrimmage, and that will be a touchdown. We saw the lane this time, and we took it. And we scored, and we are now trailing by only 7 at 21-14. So with 6 minutes in this half left, Miami's going to take over. Devontae Parker's going to break some tackles as he gets them all the way down to the 49-yard line. And they are moving the ball. So now we got a 3rd and 7 for Miami as we catch up to them from the 27, and they'll drop it off to their man, Williams, who's going to make a great catch, but he will get smashed by Zach Cunningham. Stopped short of the line to gain, as this will bring up a field goal, and Miami now leads by double digits once again. And on our ensuing drive, we're going to go ahead and get the ball dumped off to Fells, who's going to get a good first down for us and take it to the 2-minute warning. Now with 2 minutes to go in the first half, 1st and 10 from the 31. We're going to drop it off to Fuller, who's not going to be able to make a man miss, but he does get the catch, as that will get us about 6 yards on the play. And now we have a 2nd and 4. And 2nd and 4, looking at going quick, but now we have to change up the play. This is a hard part about going a little fast on it, is trying to make these last-minute adjustments. And so we will drop back. We try to run. We thought we had a lane, but they closed in on us too quickly, and they will bring Deshaun Watson down for the sack, as we now have a 3rd and 8 with just about a minute remaining. We do have 3 timeouts, but I will need to hold those till we get closer to the end zone on that one. And 3rd and 8 is going to fall incomplete, and so we did punt it away to Miami. And actually we forced Miami to punt after 3 plays, and so they give it back to us with 30 seconds to go, and we will find Fells, but he's just not able to come down with it. So we still have 30 seconds in this first half. This has been probably the longest first half in any Madden game that I've done so far, at least, as we are still trailing by 10, 24-14, 24 seconds left. So 2nd and 10, this time we get the pass off to QT, and it's going to be well played by Miami as they knock that ball down. And we are stuck now with a 3rd and 10 opportunity from the 49-yard line. Need to be careful, not do anything stupid. So 3rd and 10, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Watson is under center with Junior in the backfield at the moment. As we start changing up the play a little bit, Watson's going to take the snap. We have pressure coming. He rolls to the right. And this time we throw it to our receiver, who's actually going to come down with it. Randall Cobb actually makes that catch. Unbelievable. Down to the 24-yard line. And we are going to go ahead and call timeout and take the field goal opportunity, since we didn't have a whole lot of time when the catch got done being made. Just let the clock roll, and let's see if we can't make this field goal and take it into half as a 1-score ball game. And we do. Kaimi Fairbairn drills that one. So the score at halftime is now 24-17 Miami. We are needing to put up a little bit better performance, especially in front of the nation on a Monday night. So taking a look at the stats, we have 263 passing yards and 80 rushing yards. We are beating them in every phase except for the takeaways. They do have the fumble and the interception on us. And taking a look at scores from around the league, the Pittsburgh Steelers did beat Jacksonville, so they drop a game today, as they have been nipping at our heels for the lead of the division. And in the NFC North, Detroit Lions actually beat Chicago. That's kind of a shocking little outcome on that one. And then taking a look, if we see Tennessee, another division rival, loses to the Patriots 32-35. And Green Bay, of course, loses to Seattle in Seattle. Kind of the standard story there. So, all right, that's it from around the league on this weekend. So let's see what happens here in the second half as we get underway with possession of the ball. In our first play, we hand it to DJ, who's going to get stuffed going up the middle, only picking up about 2 yards. We need to maintain it. We can't, anytime we get one-dimensional, things just start going wrong for us. I think we've seen that. And so we have to hold true to ourselves on this one. And so now at the 2nd and 8, we hand it to Junior this time, who's going to go up the middle, break one tackle, but finally be brought down after a gain of about 5 yards, because that's going to bring up a 3rd and 3 for Houston. Now Watson's going to be in the shotgun, 2 to his left, and he's got QT 2 to his right with DJ in the backfield with him. And Darren Fells in at tight end. And this time we're going to find Fells coming across on the drag route. He's going to make a good tackle as he gets a little bit extra yard, fighting with that extra effort, down to the 46. And a little bit later in this drive, with about a 5-minute drive so far, we find ourselves at the 25-yard line with the 1st and 10. As Watson's going to take that snap, and he will find Fuller. He's going to come around. He just cannot make that last man miss. as Fuller will get tackled at the 8-yard line, as we now have a 1st and goal. And we have been driving it down their throats. We are wearing them down. I said this drive is coming up just on about the 5.5-minute mark. So with 1st and goal, we're going to go a little bit heavier with 2 tight ends as we hand it to Junior. He's going to find some gaps, and they didn't give us a touchdown. I wasn't going to challenge because the way Madden is, that challenge wouldn't have been overturned to where he gets a touchdown. They would have just said, yeah, no, we're going to say it's down at the 1, regardless. So what do we do the very next play? He scored what should have been a score in the last one, so let's go on ahead and get Junior this touchdown as we hand it off to him right up the gut. And this game is now tied, ladies and gentlemen, as we hand it to Junior, and he's going to get the score from about 1 yard out as we are tied at 24 apiece, 8.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Miami will take over from their 22-yard line after the kickoff. Their first play, they find their receiver coming across on the slant route, but McKinney makes him pay for that one, coming into his zone as he puts the lumber down and hammers him into the turf. Now with the 1st and 10, Miami's going to drop back to pass once again, as they will find Breida coming across on the slant. And this time it's Zach Cunningham who says McKinney will not outdo me, as he smashes Breida, pushing him into the turf, stopping him after a gain of 2 yards. And so 2nd and 8, Miami's going to come with 2 tight ends to their left and 2 receivers to their right. They still have Breida in the backfield. And Kyle Allen will drop back to pass, but that one's going to be swatted down by McKinney. Way to play. Good effort on that one. Good play recognition, knowing he wasn't going to get to him, so might as well jump up and whack that ball to the turf. So now with the 3rd and 8 for Miami, coming up from the 38-yard line. Kyle Allen will be in the shotgun as he'll take the snap. And they try to run the screen play. He just couldn't get it off in time, and Matthew Walker comes in for the sack. Our rookie playing like a veteran all season long, as they will be forced to punt the ball away to us. Now we do take over at about the 22-yard line, and we'll hand it off on our first one to our big man DJ as he powers through, hammers it down for 8 yards on that rush, bringing up 2nd and 2 from the 30. This time Watson's going to be under center. We have Junior in the backfield as we hand it to him right up the middle. Once again, all we needed was 2, so we got 4, as it is now 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. This game is still tied, so any mistake that gets made by either team, that could be a game changer. And right now, we're looking to avoid that as we start spreading them out, as we got Fuller on the left side, and Watson's in the shotgun, and I'm glad I didn't throw it. No one was really open. The sack was definitely the safer play to take on that one. So now 2nd and 15 from the 28. We're still in the shotgun because they're getting a lot of pressure on us. So for our passing plays, we need to put as much space between us and that defensive line as we can. And this time we'll drop back to pass. We're going to roll it out to our right, and we're not going to find anybody, but we make a stupid pass looking for DJ. And thankfully that one was not intercepted, as we will maintain possession of the ball with a 3rd and 15 on this drive. So from the 28-yard line, Watson's going to be in the shotgun with 3 to his left. And he takes the snap, and he's waiting. And we got a man coming across. Randall Cobb with the catch and the big run after the play as he gets the ball all the way down to the 29-yard line of Miami. What a big play that was. Much needed at the right time, taking us down the field. So now we have ourselves a 1st and 10 a little bit later in the drive from the 16 inside the red zone. We got 4 wide receivers bunched up, and we find Fuller on the corner route. Great play, great catch, great route, great execution as Houston Texans now lead 31-24. What a pinpoint throw by Watson to Fuller to get open in the end zone for the score, as we now lead 31-24 in this game. And Miami's going to try to be coming back on us as they run it with Breida, but he will get stopped. Ever since he had those big rushes in the first half, he's kind of been bottled up. And to be fair, they've only given it to him 4 other times. He only has 6 rushes on the day. That kind of, helps to show the focus that we had to make a change for. But with changing the focus on the run, it's starting to open up the pass again as Kyle Allen has 220 yards. He's only missed about 4 passes so far, as that gives him a 1st and 10, and the third quarter is coming to a close. On the very next play, Kyle Allen will find Devontae Parker on the left side. Good coverage by Conley, though. But that will give them a new set. And with that, they've gotten themselves now in a 3rd and 15 as they dump it off to Gesicki. And Benardrick McKinney's not going to let him get away. So that big catch by Parker amounts to nothing as we stop them short, forcing them to punt the ball as we maintain a 7-point lead at 31-24. Now on our first drive, once again, let's keep hammering them down. They will get tired. They will get worn out as this score is still 31-24, and we're still running the ball. Okay, it hasn't been as successful as it used to be, but it's still doing what it needs to be done as we have a 2nd and 8, hard, powerful yards. And that time we try to make a stupid pass, and that one almost gets intercepted on us. We have got to play smarter. And we have a 3rd and 8 on this one from the 22-yard line. We have a lead, so if we don't get it, we don't get it. Just don't turn it over and give them anything easy. This on Watson, he's going to roll out to his right. We have a wide open lane, but they're closing. It's a foot race, and we get there. We get the first down mark at the 31. That was a foot race to the sideline, and we were able to win it as we do go out of bounds with a first down on that rushing play by Watson. So the very next one, we're back in the shotgun again, trying to spread them out. And now we find DJ open on the left side as we will get it to him for a big first down pass all the way to the 43-yard line. Until our defense has been a little bit rough because we've had the big leads, so other offenses have been forced to pass. Their passing games go off the chain. And here on now, 1st and 10 from the 17. Watson's going to run it again. And that's the downside to having a big lead is your defensive stats look potentially worse than what they really are because the quarterback throws it 60 times. He's going to get yards. He's going to get yards. And we need to try to get another big lead in this one as we have ourselves a 2nd and 1 from the 8. As we hand it off to DJ. He's going to get up the middle, and he will fall into the end zone for the touchdown. DJ David Johnson, first touchdown back since his injury, extending our lead to 38-24, under 9 minutes to go in this game. And Miami will take over the 1st and 10, and they will get a pass off to their tight end as he will be brought down after about a gain of 6, bringing up 2nd and 4 from the 31. And we still need to play smart on defense. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Any team on all men can always come back against you if you let them. So we just have to be smart and not let that happen. So 2nd and 4 from the 31. Allen's going to drop back to pass. And we're going to leave Devontae Parker wide open on the left side as he's at the 5. And he goes strolling into the end zone for probably the easiest touchdown of his career, as Kyle Allen now brings him back within 1 score at 38-31. 8 minutes to go in this quarter, the final frame of this Monday night. So we hand it off to Junior to kind of get that clock ticking and to get the ball moving, as we are going to start going into, I call it our powerhouse mode. Some people call it clock mode. Oh, just run some clock out and get some first downs. No, I call it powerhouse because we're going to start running it up the gut. Right at him with DJ and Junior, a spearheaded attack, as that one will get us down to the 42 and a brand new set of downs. So we do have 7 minutes to go. 1st and 10 from the 42. Watson's going to be under center with 2 to his right, 1 to his left as we hand it off to Junior behind him, makes him a cut as he will get a big first down on that one all the way to on the Miami side of the field as the big gain, 17 rushes and 88 yards. And a little later in the drive, at about 4.5 minutes to go in this quarter, Deshaun Watson's in the red zone and does a play action, rolls out to his right, and he will throw it up as that one's almost intercepted in the end zone. As that's we can't be doing that stuff. That's too dangerous. Can't be doing it. So we've got to play smart. 4.5 minutes, 2nd and 10. We need to get the clock going, but I do not want to give up our intensity. So the very next play, we're going to snap and roll out to our right side again. And this time we try to get the run. I thought about passing it. I chose against it. So we will be sacked all the way down to the 15-yard line, as that will bring up a 3rd and 14. But the clock is running, thankfully. And what do you do in this situation? Do you run the ball or do you go for the end zone? We are going to be passing the ball up. We're not going to just, settle for a run play. We're going for the big one. And then Watson, with time in the back, finds Fuller coming over the middle, and he's actually going to score with that catch over the middle for a touchdown, extending our lead, as that will seal this game, ladies and gentlemen, for Houston, 45-31. And that is how you do it. That is how you finish it. A big comeback in the first half into the third quarter, and then you seal it up with the big play on a 3rd and 14 from the 15-yard line. That is an all-around team effort moment right there, as we had almost 650 yards of offense on the day, completely shattering Miami's defense on that one. And so we're going to start doing some of the player upgrades. We have some of our offensive line, Fuller, Fulton, Nick, our center, and our backup guard as well. And that does remind me to let y'all know to go ahead and subscribe to our channel if you have not already for all the Champions Sons content, whether it be FIFA, Madden, or soon to come Rocket League featuring Mean Dean, one of the sons of Champions Sons. And hit the little thumbs up button if you did enjoy today's video, as it does help out the channel and we greatly appreciate it as well. So let's go ahead and get this last upgrade done, and we will get moving on to the next week, where we'll be playing the New England Patriots in a tough matchup. So we'll see how that one goes. But I will see y'all in that episode. And I do want to thank y'all for joining us in this one as well. So as always, everybody, stay safe, and, well, you know how it goes. Later, y'all.